Thank you, Kelsky, for the inspiration for this video. If you haven't checked out his channel, he's really good. Watch his shit. The year is 2016. The gaming industry is flourishing with games like Battlefield 1, Doom 2016, Final Fantasy 15, and of course, Game of the Year.
The Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2016 is Overwatch.
Let's go!
Overwatch was dominant in its introduction to the gaming scene, accruing $1 billion in revenue in its first year, 50 million players in 3 years, and was a dominant force on Twitch. And in 2026, well...
Now it's a ghost town.
Since my first time playing Overwatch, a lot has changed in the game. Blizzard as a company has had a few controversies, to say the least. Was fully acquired by Activision, which are known to make products better. Anyway, of course, even bigger than all these factors, Overwatch decided to fuck their game even harder than... Never mind. Overwatch decided their reputation couldn't get any worse and decided to reveal their grand plan. Overwatch 2.
The Overwatch I joined was about raising the world up.
They can give the people hope again.
Overwatch 2 came out as a way for Blizzard to show their new addition to the game, PvE, a game out set to feature a storied campaign with replayable missions and unique hero skill trees. That was until that fateful day.
Kind of end date where we can put that out into the world. And so we're left with another difficult choice. Do we continue to pour all that effort into PvE, hoping that we can land it at some point in the future? Or do we stick with this set of values that we've aligned on and focus on the live game and focus on serving all of you? With everything we've learned about what it takes to operate this game at the level that you deserve, it's clear that we can't deliver on that original vision for PvE that was shown in 2019.
Since this announcement, there's technically been some PvE release, but it's a shell of its former self, essentially just being a glorified holiday event with a quote-unquote story for the player to follow. But hey, it can't get any worse, right? Regardless of Blizzard doing everything in their power to kill their own company, Overwatch 2 has been slowly rising in players, albeit still a shadow of their previous glory. So I decided to hop on and decide if Overwatch 2 is not only good, but if it still feels familiar to someone who hasn't played it in years and it's worth giving a shot. Oh, thank fucking God that's over. I can actually finish the rest of the video. Oh, this handsome man DM me. Battlefield, same 5 heroes. No. 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 You know, when I first had my Blizzard account hacked into and lost access to that account, I thought that would be the last time Activision Blizzard would fuck me. But no, here we are. In the middle of my video, they decide to add maybe the biggest update they've had in years. So that's cool. I didn't want to use my script anyway. Quite frankly, this update actually changed a lot of the original criticisms I had in my original script. For example, one of my original points were the menus. The menus for a new player can be confusing, overwhelming, or sometimes downright just don't work how they're supposed to. Unfortunately for this criticism, but thankfully for the player base, this criticism has actually been taken care of, and the new update will feature a new UI, which should make the game a lot easier and just a lot more aesthetically pleasing to work with, so we'll see how that goes over time. Another criticism I had were the new characters, that being Vendetta, Freya, Hazard, Illari, Juno, Lifeweaver, Magua, Ramattra, Venture, and Wu Yang. To be honest, out of these characters, the only ones I really cared for were Vendetta, Ramattra, Juno, and Wu Yang. But with these 5 new heroes on the horizon, I can confidently say I'm looking forward to being able to test these, and pretty optimistic that I'll like at least a few of them. Another criticism I have were queue times. Now, when I think of a competitive game such as Overwatch or a competitive FPS, I think of the ranked experience, which has been very hit or miss. In 3 stacks, there were times where we were lucky to get a game under 10 minutes.
If I get support, you're getting a DPS Lucio's. Aiden, go, Winton, go! I'm so scared of what's going on this man.
Magnification sensitivity. Oh my god.
Oh my god! We've done it after 80 minutes! but if you're somehow able to manage to get 4 other poor souls on this game, then you're usually able to get a game pretty quick. Similarly, with dropping an update this big, I feel like this won't be as much of an issue going forward, so again, another point that's kind of null due to this update. Coming back to Overwatch has been a very strange experience for me, to say the least. Opening up the game to see a battle pass, stadium mode, map pick bans, missions, and 80 heroes to choose from was a little jarring, but the more I played, the more I realized this game is the same as it's always been. And that's not a bad thing. To be honest, after not playing Overwatch for a few years, it was kind of nice to walk down memory lane and see a game that has evolved in some aspects, but also stayed familiar enough to not overwhelm me or draw me away from the game. If you watched my previous video, you would know that Overwatch is by no means my favorite quote-unquote hero shooter. That's reserved for the finals. But what I can say about Overwatch is that if you're an older player looking to get back into it, it's like riding a bike. A bike with no brakes and the seat goes up your ass, but especially now, I feel like it is the best time to get into Overwatch if you haven't played it in a while. Especially with the new update that's going to be dropping season-long stories, sided missions and events, a UI overhaul, hero builds for Stadium to make it a lot less confusing, and they even dropped the Disgusting 2 from the name, because that really bothered all of us. Overall, I think Overwatch is an enjoyable game that I wouldn't mind playing more often, but for the same reasons I stopped playing Overwatch 1, I don't see myself maining this game. But I still think it's a perfect game to launch up with some friends and have a good time in. Alright, so candidly, I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching. This video's kind of been a pain in the ass because of the update kind of fucking half of my script up, so what was originally going to be a 10-minute video is now roughly a 5 to 6 minute video, but honestly, I think it's fine. I had fun making it, and that's all I really care about, so if you guys want to see more like this, you should definitely subscribe. I'm going to be live on Twitch more as well, so you could follow me there, and also there's a Discord now because I am bored with my life, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.